Hey everyone, Walter here. So in this video, I am going to show you how to practically write some ads on Excel, and then we're gonna upload them onto the editor. So the first thing you want to do when you're writing an ad is know what the ad is for, which ad group it's going into, and which campaign you want it to be a part of. So I've pre-prepared some of this information here. The first thing you want to do is open Excel, and at the top, the first row is where you're going to put the labels of all your headers. So here we're going to put campaign, we're going to write ad group here, and then we're going to write these key ad descriptions up here. So I'm just going to copy these and add them up here, and same with description 2. And there you go. So for this specific exercise, we're going to write ads for the campaign, women's handbags campaign in France. We're going to specify the language. So here we're going to amend it to English because we want to write the ad in English. This is the ad group that we're going to target, or we're going to write ads for. So we want to write an ad for this campaign with that shouts or that talks about Gucci mini bags. So the first thing you want to do, or if you have a solid brand, you can, what's typically done is you start by writing the brand name. So we're going to type that here. One thing that's also important to do in these exercises is that it's best practice to write 3 different ad variations for each ad group. So here we're going to type labels, and we're going to call this version 1, we're going to call the next one version 2, and we're going to call the next one version 3, and these will all 3 get uploaded onto Google or into the editor, and then Google will, as in the sort of lecture materials, Google will then optimize the best ad according to your specific needs. So here we've written Gucci official site. If you type in Gucci on Google, this is what they typically do. So we're going to homogenize the first headline of all 3 variations. The point of 3 different variations, just as a recap, is that you want to test different messaging as part of your ad to see if that has an effect on whether or not people click the ad. So because we're focusing on Gucci, we're just going to keep the overall brand name as the first thing people see in the ad. And the next thing we're going to do is, in the first ad, we're going to type in shop the new collection. And then as part of that, those 3 headlines as well, we're going to add a perk that Gucci want to promote, which is that anyone who purchases their products gets free shipping and returns. Headline 3 is only sometimes shown, so it's important to remember to keep the most important information you want to shout about in headline 1 and 2, and then the information that will sometimes be shown, depending on different factors, in headline 3. The same goes for description 1. So description 1 will always be shown. Description 2 is conditional. So in ad 1, we've written Gucci official site. We've added the copyright logo to as an indicator of authority, and we've said shop the new collection. In description 1, we're going to write this: discover the latest collection, including online exclusives and new arrivals, complimentary gift wrap. And in this description 2, we're going to write something about what the brand is like. So we're going to say that it's authentic Italian style, made in Italy, that they have dedicated client service, and that you get free delivery and returns. Once you have done that, the last thing you want to do is add the final URL. So where is this ad going to take people? And we are going to take them, ordinarily you want to take them to the specific product page. So let's just pretend that this is a real URL and that the URL name is gucci.com/minibags. So there you have your first ad. I'm going to delete all of this. And you're going to repeat this process until you have 3 different ads. Now you want to keep the different factors within the ad to a minimal if you're committed to testing why different ads perform in a certain way. So I've prepared these beforehand. I'm just going to copy them from here and put them into here. So you can see that in this example, what I have done is all the ads are identical. All 3 ads are identical. The only variable factor in between the ads are these callouts. So in headline 2, we've written shop. In headline of 2 of version 2, we've written buy. And in headline 2 of version 3, we've written get. Now I want to test whether or not either of these words leads to higher click-through. So do consumers, is it more appealing? Is the word shop more appealing? Is the word buy more appealing? Or is the word get more appealing? That's what we're testing here. This is a very simple way of doing it, but it does act as a good example of how to set up your 3 different ad variations so that you can test them in the future once you've gathered some performance data. So once we've written the 3 different ad types, we want to make sure they're all going into the same campaign and ad group. So we have to copy that information into each row. And then we also have to add the URL. So let me just remove this hyperlink so that doesn't happen again. And there you go. One thing that is good practice to do is to make sure that the ads are paused until you want to enable them. So even before you upload them into the editor. So we're just going to put paused here. So those are our 3 ads. Now that we've written them, it's time to upload them into the editor. So what you're going to do is you're going to highlight these cells. So I'm just going to say select all. I'm going to say copy. And then I'm going to open the editor. And within the editor, I'm going to go down to the ads section here, select expanded text ads, and I'm going to upload these ads. And the amazing thing about the editor is we could press this button here and say we want to create an ad within the editor that then is added to all of these campaigns with all these ad groups. So this is a really inefficient way of doing it. That is why doing it on Excel first is so incredible because you can just bulk create thousands of different ads quite easily, and then you simply press this button and then you say clear and you say paste from clipboard, and you can see that it has copied all the campaign names, the ad group names, the labels, so you've labeled them version 1, version 2, version 3, headline, and so on and so forth, and then you say process. And then the editor will process those ads, and you can see that it has added 1 new campaign, which is okay because we changed the campaign name from French to English, so that campaign wasn't present in the account beforehand. It's created 1 new ad group and created 3 expanded text ads. So we're going to say finish and review changes. And you can see here that they have now been uploaded. So this is important to note. When you are writing your ads, you have to make sure that they are within Google's character limit. So you can see here that the ads we wrote, or that I've written, one of the problems is that the description line is over the character limit. So Google will simply not allow these to be posted until I amend that problem. So if we go into the description line so we can carefully see or carefully try and amend it, scroll this way, we can look at it here and we can change them in this side menu over here. So let me just make these smaller. Okay, so because all the description lines in these 3 ads are the same, the easiest way to do it is to highlight these 3 ads and then change them here. So you can see here that we have surpassed the character limit. So it's 100 characters and we're only allowed 90 characters. So in this instant, I'm just going to remove this last call out and press enter. And you can now see that the error message next to the ads has been removed, and that the ads now all conform to Google's standards. So once you've done this, you have 3 new ads with 3 new labels, and you can press post, and Google will go ahead and post these ads online. So that's everything in this video about how to create expanded text ads. Check out the next video, and yes,